Alright, so I've not had a lot of time to continue this series, but I've also felt a bit demotivated. The purpose of this series was to show strategies that are consistent and showcase what you can do in the game. But the thing is, this 5-year-old single-player game, which is also a live service for some reason, still keeps getting changed. Not only do IO Interactive grace us with kind of new things sometimes, they also sometimes inadvertently or on purpose decide to go ahead and change things about the game that actually affect already established mechanics and impact this series of strategies that I've spent a lot of time working on. And I don't have a lot of time right now to keep myself updated on what works, what stops working, and why. Long story short here, one of the changes that IOI made have affected strats in this trilogy series, and Hokkaido is kind of one of them, but not really. Basically, IOI patched the oil canister so that we can no longer just pour it anywhere. This used to be good for pouring it close to walls in case, we wanted to set up a trap that was close to a wall. But because speedrunners were able to use this to glitch out of bounds, God forbid a speedrunner should be allowed to do exploits, IOI decided, we gotta get rid of it. So for this strat, I want to set up an oil spill close to this wall, but it's a bit more awkward to do that than it once was. So just bear in mind that I'm going to use older footage where it's a lot easier to get the spill close to the wall, but it actually still works as it is now, so you can still repeat this, but just bear that in mind. So for Hokkaido, we've got something pretty simple. There's not that many ways to kill sodas really, so we're going to stare him in the face. First we need to shoot this nurse in the leg, or this surgeon. And she's gonna cause everybody to panic, and the guard above to turn around. We'll wait for him to turn around before we go out, that's very important. And then we'll just go up to him, look at him quickly, and he'll be dead. With a lot of witnesses to that. But I think nobody will believe them. So we're just gonna go and get our smuggle and just fire some shots to keep these guys from looking at us or caring about us. So yeah, also for Yuki, there's not that many things around to do, elaborate accidents with or anything. So we'll just do something interesting that involves luring her a special way. Timing in this is a little important, so we're gonna lure out a chef. Most of the strat is suit only, but for this trigger we need to disguise as the chef temporarily, so technically not suit only, but in essence. So as soon as Yuki starts walking, we can see her walking in instinct there. Doing a quick interaction with this sushi will cause her to start heading to the restaurant. She'll actually head towards the spa first, and then do a 180. It's kind of weird. But we're gonna try and get out there and set up a fun little trap for her. Again, pretty simple strat this. We're gonna drop the briefcase in front of that guard to make him reset. So he'll stick around and won't go inside the security room, because we want to go there in a second. We're going to pour out some oil and leave the phone in the oil. And Yuki's going to see that and she's going to walk to it. We're going to go in the security room into this little armory area back here. And as soon as she gets to the phone, we're going to fire a little shot at the wall. Now the spark from shooting the metal wall will actually ignite the oil on the other side. And that will roast Yuki. We can just run past, run out, everything's good. So yeah, pretty quick and simple strat overall. And consistent, and not something I've done before. Now, because this is a bit of an anticlimactic strat after so many months, I'm going to try taking the opportunity to showcase and comment on a previous run I've done in Hokkaido, which is way more juicy and deserving of explanation. And if we're being honest, I think most people watching this series care more about me just explaining some cool details in the game, rather than whether the strats are new or easy to repeat. I think that's been mostly just my self-imposed limitation. So let's get into it. Immediately starting this, I'm going to fire a shot through the windows, through the glass near Amos Dexter. And he's going to panic and want to run to a guard. So he's going to run out of his suite, and that will open the door for us, which is very convenient. And from his suite, we need his cigarettes. Of course, the only use for the cigarettes in Hokkaido are to give them to Yuki, who really would like a smoke. There are a couple of spots that you can put the cigarettes. One of them is in her suite, and the other is in the restaurant. We're going to fire a shot over here to distract one guard with a bullet, and then throw an object to distract the other guard. And that will pull them both away from the suite, so we can run up, hack our way in. And we're not actually going to place the cigarettes in the suite. What we're going to do is grab the USB stick, I believe, that has the intel that is needed for a soda's objective. And we're just going to run out here. There's Yuki, go into her suite now. And while we run to the restaurant, I'll just explain. The sort of goal of this run is to just do a kind of really cool cinematic sequence of hands-off kills in just the suit. And this is where we're going to place the cigarettes.
I'm going to book a new appointment at the room.
I'm just going to jump over here because the part is guarded. And now we're going to run into the trespassing areas. We can slip by this guy with a gunshot right next to his ear. Next, I'm just going to shoot the tail of the helicopter to distract the helicopter pilot who is with the chief surgeon. I'm also going to shoot the underside of this balcony, which is going to distract all the guards up there. And I'm going to throw a coin, which is going to lure the chief surgeon, with everybody else distracted by bullets. It's going to lure him down, and I'm going to place that coin right in the doorway here, so he'll see it and come in. Now something very magical is about to happen, and I think I'm the first person to discover that you could do this. Basically, when the chief surgeon enters the room, he's going to get triggered into a script, which is only supposed to be possible when you're dressed as the helicopter pilot.
Here we are. Help yourself.
Thanks, Nails.
As you can see, he's
Easy does it, Doc.
walking to us as if we were the helicopter pilot, offering him drugs.
Kick in the ass.
So there he is taking him. So we've triggered a mission story that isn't really supposed to be possible in the suit, but we've managed. I'm going to drop a coin in a mixtape here, so the chief surgeon will be delayed a bit. And we're going to shoot that oil barrel so it's leaking, ready for when Yuki comes to smoke. Now, we left those items for the chief surgeon to give us plenty of time to go into the surgery area ourselves, because we don't want him coming in and catching us. This is all a little crazy to do in suit. First, we have to fire a shot there to send one of the guards upstairs, and we're going to peekaboo the other guy as he turns, and fire a shot into the hallway. Now, between one guy coming through and the other guy coming through, we're actually going to just change cover right in front of his eyes, and he will find the briefcase. So we can get through there. The guy in the hallway's shot distracted, so he won't follow us. We're now going to peekaboo this guy, who's got to come out of the door. And then we're going to fire a shot upstairs, so he goes up there, through that window. And then there's more. And then we're going to peekaboo this guard downstairs. Obviously, he's going to take a while coming down here, so we've got plenty of time to get through this area. Sneak past all the eyeballs. Now, while the guard upstairs is being peekabooed down, we don't actually have to worry about other people following us from peekaboos. We do have to worry about going in this room too soon.
Nope.
And now we're going to use the USB stick we picked up from Yuki's suite to upload some incriminating evidence about sodas. And here comes the chief of surgery now. And he will read that, and in his drug-addled state, he'll get pretty enraged. So we're just going to find a quiet spot to sit and watch this all play out. Now, this might be my favourite part of the run, just because of the way I sort of do some mid-gameplay cinematography here and camera over to watch this. It plays out pretty nice, I feel.
Jasper Knight. What, the Soviet spy? November 1978, Edith Van Orton. The tobacco widow who drove over a cliff. April 1978. Roman Laurent? What? No. No. It can't be. Where the hell did this? Is someone trying to tell me that Eric Sodas murdered my father? The best
Yep, that's what happened. Go get him.
Put a noose around my dad's neck and kicked away the chair? Huh? Killed him for money? He'll pay. Screw FDA approval. Right here, right now. Eric Sodas is going to pay. There. Serves you right, you bastard. No. This is for my father.
Commencing fluid extraction procedure.
Soda's down.
Fluid extraction
To be honest,
procedure
I'm not sure what to feel about this one. Well,
And now we
that's
go
for another
over and
time.
check how
Yamazaki
Yuki's doing.
awaits.
Patient deceased. Cause of death.
Huh?
Human error.
Could it be? Yes, thank the spirits. Now to find a good place to light up these babies. This is going to be good.
Paging. Hospital Director Nakamura.
Ah, while Yuki goes to find a spot to light up some poor innocent babies,
Start.
we will
Mr.
try and
Jason
get out of here.
Please come to the
Everybody's now
hospital.
leaving because Soda's died, so it's a bit crazy, but we have a good moment coming up shortly.
Was for
We'll
Mr.
just need to turn this guy around, and then we can head off out
Doctor
and
will escort you
go
to
somewhere
your
for a nice
appointment.
view of things.
Please proceed to
We'll go the
hospital
safe way here,
entrance.
because we've got some time to kill before Yuki is actually in place. Doctor's got to go inside. But yeah, I just like how hands-off this strategy is overall and how it plays out. All deaths just sort of play out themselves. Obviously here, Yuki will just finish smoking, she'll throw a cig down into that earl, and again, human error. There she goes. And we're right next to the exit.
That's both targets.
That's probably
down.
the most fun
Time
way
to
I've
find
found
an
to
exit.
play this level out so far. And overall, it's just a much more interesting strat than the last one. Obviously, it takes a lot longer though, so not really a trilogy strat. But I'd cover it since it's more interesting. Anyway, that's all for now.